So where do you go when you die? I'll give you a hint. It's where you are now. In a sense, that's where you would be when your body dissipates until someone comes to grab you and lift you up somewhere or bring you down somewhere. Because there's a lot of kingdoms in the astral, and that's where your soul projects its new body. Well, it's not new, but that's where your soul is constantly regenerating a projection of your body, or else it doesn't really have a way to cooperate with others and be seen by others. The soul is like ball lightning. It's more like an electrical field than anything else. So other places would be whoever has a kingdom somewhere that actually harbors astral souls, so you can, not astral souls, but the astral projection of souls, so you can live there until you're ready to reincarnate. And then other people help you reincarnate. They can help you reincarnate into the best circumstance. So I was saying how other people who are highly ascended can help you reincarnate into better circumstances and try to teach you to live better lives and also guide you to be ascended like them if you choose to ascend. Another thing is dying is like it has layers to it. You have a physical death, and then there's a soul death. Your soul doesn't die unless it does die, but the soul dissipation is not something that I understand, so I'm not really able to describe how your soul could die, but I think you can get creative and try to find it out. But the physical body dissipates, and then the astral body, we could see our astral body kind of like dissipate, but the astral body is a bit more like water. It's gonna reform, so it's a lot harder to kill off permanently. So more about the transition of death and the rebirth cycle and how we are guided throughout lifetimes. We can guide ourselves by reading and learning about different things, and then we set our plans for ourselves. And we can be aware or we can be unaware. We can be aware that we are part of a bigger mission that involves a lot of people, or we can just think about like ourselves and our own personal problems, which is still good. It is good to think about yourself, because if you are confused, if you are like disabled, because there's a lot of things that disable you from being of help to others, then you should focus on that and try to heal yourself or ask for healing and compensate people for helping you. That is how things kind of like rotate around, and that is the whole reason we become healers in the first place, because people need our help. So, but I want to get on the perspective of like 500 years, 1,000 years. We are coming back into our physical body, a new physical body, like every 100 years or so. The time changes. The time that you spend in the afterlife is going to change depending on the body that you need in the future. Your soul progression determines how long you stay in the afterlife. And then your soul progression also, well, your soul body union determines how long you stay in the physical, but in a way that you retain your physical body. You keep regenerating your physical body, because with true union of the mind, body, soul, you direct that electrical energy that is also non-physical into the physical. So it's like when you eat food, you're not just eating physical food, but you're also eating psychic food that is of the soul, and it transfers into the physical. And then with that, you get nutrients from the non-physical. And then the momentum from the non-physical moves your physical body. And this is from the friction, like the psychic friction of all of the different visualizations and mantras and practices that we can do. It moves things trance universally. So not just the physical universe, but the astral universe, the psychic universe, which is just like, if you could see just the soul part of someone, it would look different. And that goes into, like, there's no barriers in that world. Like, you want some nutrients, it's there. You just have to direct it towards you, and we do that with meditation techniques. But it takes time because, one, you have to have some strength. Have a strong soul that can bring in the energy that you need. And then you can constantly heal yourself and keep yourself healthy. This is how a lot of magic and psychic healing work, Reiki work happens. It's all flowing through our body with the faculties of our soul. Our soul is moving things around, but it anchors its energy in our physical body, and our physical body protects our soul. Because if we didn't have a physical body, we would be more vulnerable to all of the astral entities that are around. And without being in that kingdom that someone else has that actually works to protect our astral bodies that are also anchoring our soul, then it's harder to survive and to be in peace. So the reason you would want to keep an eternal union between your physical body and your soul body is because you lose your memories. You get born again and you lose your memories. Sometimes you don't, because if your soul is strong enough, you will retain your memories in the next life. And you can just live that way. But you are vulnerable as a baby. And having your body recreated so you can incarnate into that could be probably difficult or unnecessary. So a lot of this knowledge of eternal youth and self-healing is for those who actually want to seek that out and be able to do things that take a lot of time. If you don't live for 500 years, how do you expect to accomplish a 500-year plan? How do you expect to be there? Another thing is when you are aware of the immortal soul and that you've been here before and that you kind of have a plan and you've been having a plan, you can just focus on less things and then live a more peaceful life instead of trying to accomplish everything that you think of, because you only need to accomplish so much in this lifetime. So you have to bring your mind into stillness and mental clarity. That is what this perspective can help you with. So ask yourself in meditation, what plan do you have now that goes beyond 100 years? And then just ponder on that. another thing to know is that every like alchemical practice is a healing practice. Not all of them, but the ones that work to transform you into someone who's always healthy, that is a healing practice indirectly, because it keeps your body stable and constantly nourished. It might not seem like it's healing at first, but let me see if I can get an example. So when you work on increasing your intuition or increasing your senses, this works to give you peace of mind, and that de-stresses you. But of course, it's a little double-edged, because you still need to make sure you're not over-stimulating yourself and make sure you are protected, which is why we do magic, because when we do magic, we can just do it to protect ourselves. And that is how a lot of other people protect us, even if we don't see them. Like our spirit guides are constantly doing magic, or they're using their manual abilities to protect us. Like, how else are they doing anything? So it might not seem like magic because we don't see things flying around in the physical, but things are flying around in the non-physical, and it's still magic, but on a different frequency. It's like astral magic. And if you had if you were to be conscious of your astral reality, you would realize that there are things that you can do and things that you can't do because you're not strong enough to do them, or because you don't access that part of your soul that is capable of doing what you want to do, like flying really fast, or creating barriers. That's something that a lot of people aren't able to do because they don't really see it as a place that they have control over. But you do. You have control. You have the amount of control that you build for. With your soul, with your intention, with your mental programming, you build that control.